beauties, it's Jayme Jo.
And Jessie Massoud.
And welcome to Skimfluence,
a podcast dedicated to beauty, fashion and self-love.
turning your weakness into your uniqueness. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge the custodians of the land on which we record, the Gadigal People of the Eora Nation.
In today's episode, we're speaking to one of the OGs of social media influencing and a powerhouse in the beauty and fashion industry.
She launched her very own fashion label, Faye, which is now worth 8 figures and has multiple stores across Australia.
This year, she launched her podcast, Big Business, dedicated to passing on her knowledge, lessons learned in business, or just sharing the tea with other aspiring entrepreneurs. Please welcome the one and only Brittney Saunders to Skimfluence.
Woohoo! Yay! Hey Britt, we're so excited to have you on our episode of Skimfluence today.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Britt, you are one of the original Aussie influencers and you've had such a big impact on the Australian scene. Mm-hmm. How did your journey begin?
Yeah.
My journey began in high school when I discovered this website called YouTube. That was the only social media thing to exist outside of MySpace and Facebook.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh
Were you on MySpace and Facebook?
Of course I was.
But like, were influencers around back
No.
then?
So
Okay.
like YouTube was the first place that we saw like influencers, I guess. But this was before the word influencer
Even existed.
It was before your Snapchat, your Instagram, TikTok, any of that. I discovered this website called YouTube. There was a couple of people on there making videos at the time and they were called YouTubers.
Yeah.
And that's where it all
Bloggers,
began for
vloggers,
me. Yeah,
yeah.
I would just make videos at home and videos with my friends. We would literally just record it on my laptop, like on the webcam.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But-
I love that.
and then we would just, it was mainly like dancing or music video to Kesha, just something like that.
Vibes. What was that app that you used to use?
Oh, Video Star.
Video Star.
Yeah,
Jessie
like
would
that
make
kind of
so
vibe.
many of
That's
those.
so funny. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so that's where it all started for me, is just this website that I thought I'm going to give that a go.
How did it snowball to more?
I just kept doing those YouTube videos in high school and then I dropped out of high school in year 11.
Same. I dropped it out in year 10.
And proud.
yeah.
Well, you guys are so successful now. So.
Maybe that's the key to
Common
success. Don't do
denominator.
any studies, nothing, just drop out.
Don't listen to us.
Don't take this as advice.
Yeah.
And then, I just worked lots of different jobs, was just trying to find what I wanted to do. And then that's when we saw Instagram come out. So then I built a little following on YouTube and it was like, go and follow me on Instagram. Like you really plugged that through there. And it was, from the ages of, I guess, of like 15 up until I was 21. That's when I had 80,000 YouTube subscribers, which was
Wow.
huge back then.
Of course,
I know
that'd be
now.
massive.
People are like, 80,000 micro.
No, especially if you grew up in like a small community. That's a lot
Yeah, back
of
then,
followers.
like
yeah.
this is 10 years ago, I had 80,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And that's when I quit my full-time job and said, I'm going to make this my job.
That's so
And then it was around then that we then saw, the rise of the first influencers in Australia.
Yeah, rise up the influence.
Yeah, like they came to life and brands discovered that they could start paying us as YouTubers. That's where the brand deals started. It wasn't on Instagram and it wasn't small businesses. There wasn't really the small businesses that we have now. It was my first paid deal was with Colgate.
Wow.
And then
That's a cool
Coca-Cola.
job.
Like it was these
Big
huge brands
of
and they were like very
course.
corporate.
Yeah.
Were then coming in and getting us to do these sponsored videos.
Were you like mainly focused on beauty or was it lifestyle?
No, it was a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And again, this was so long ago. I actually remember because we had like your Chloe Morello's, your Loz Curtis. They were all really beauty.
Yeah, they were.
And then I always felt like I didn't quite belong in that. Like I did a bit of makeup here and there, but then people would say, you just do the same look over and over again. So brown eyeshadow, like I'm not here to do cut crease with fucking wing liner. Oh, can I swear on here? Okay. And then I would do vlogs and taste testing videos. I was doing all of it.
Challenges.
Did you have the mukbangs?
Yeah, like I did it
I
all
love
and I
watching
would
mukbangs.
swear, but this was when everyone on social media was very in a niche. Like you were a beauty guru or
Uh-huh,
you
you
were a
couldn't be it
vlogger
all.
and then I did it all and people would say, stop trying to do all these things, blah, blah, blah. Now look at the way the internet is. Like
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
doing everything.
Now a niche doesn't even exist anymore.
Nah, you can do whatever now. But back then people would say like, stop trying to do everything and stop swearing. Like it was just such a different time on social media back then.
yeah,
but I
wow.
always just really stuck to making videos about whatever it was that I loved.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Good on you. And then obviously, like naturally, people just follow along from that because when you love something, they can see it. So it's good
Yeah.
that you didn't try and stick yourself into one thing.
No, I definitely felt like I needed to, especially when we saw that like whole beauty guru era. Like I felt like I needed to be more into makeup and all that. And I definitely did bits and bobs of it, but I always just did whatever
Yeah.
with my content.
Well, in that sense, how do you feel like the beauty industry has really changed from when you were growing up?
I feel like it's become a lot less wholesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, share more.
Like it, especially back then, like The videos were so innocent. It was, so let's get ready with me and do a whole face. And it was like a half an hour video and you would talk about your life and, you know, talk about this and that and the other. And just, it was genuinely like recommending the products that you love. And I don't know, it was just so much more wholesome back then. It was like $20 makeup challenge. And then you would do like a makeup swap with like another YouTuber from another country and like you'd send each other parcels. Like it just felt, especially in those YouTube days, like it felt a lot more wholesome. Yeah. It felt, there was definitely trends. Like there's always been trends. But I don't know, it just felt more innocent. Like the internet wasn't as wild as it is today.
It is pretty wild.
And now like you post something and 20 people want to tell you how they feel. There was definitely a lot of like hate comments back then too. But I feel like now the internet has become so monetized.
Yeah.
And everything
could be an ad.
Yeah. Whereas back then, I think what I really miss about it is like the wholesomeness of those YouTube days.
Okay, that's fair too.
And like uploading your video and being like, new video, everyone, go and like.
So
like,
cute. I was obsessed with beauty gurus on YouTube. Obsessed. Like I would just sit and watch them through everything.
I'm
having a meal, I'm doing my makeup. It was like having a best friend. So it is definitely different now. I feel like people's retention is not as long as it
now
used to
it's
be.
2 seconds and they're like, you got eyebrow blindness, bye, on to the next video, you know? Like, it's not the same. You can't, you know, I just miss like uploading a 1 hour video and everyone watching and loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
But
did you like enjoy the process more back then as well?
Definitely. Yeah. When it was in those early days and it wasn't all about every single sponsorship, like just the wholesomeness of creating those videos is nothing like what we do today.
Is there anything that you think's improved for the better in the beauty community?
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's worse now.
No, of course.
I definitely think there's a lot more inclusivity, like not only just in beauty but in fashion and on social media in general.
Yeah, which you play a big part of.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely come a long way. Still got a long way to go, but I would say, yeah, that is, I guess, one positive thing that's like changed over the years.
Do you ever feel like you fell sort of into the trap of like having to post for like specific reasons or for the money or for...
Yeah. I did sponsored posts for 10 years and I fully understand that that's like how people make a living. Like that was my living for so long there.
Yeah.
But it was a really interesting journey for me to go on, becoming a YouTuber in my teens when it wasn't really a monetized thing to then full on being flung into it, then having a sponsored post every day. You know, like Monday was this on Instagram and Tuesday was that on YouTube. And then it became, over the years, I started to feel like, oh my God, I'm just doing this to make the money when I started it because I loved these videos.
Yeah.
So then, two-ish, about 3 years ago, I felt like I can't do this anymore because even though I'd narrowed it down so much and was only working with a handful of brands that I genuinely loved, even the products that I genuinely loved and was promoting on my Instagram, I still felt like a sellout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I completely can understand that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like, no, I genuinely love this and you know you're going to get
how many times
regardless.
can I say I love this cleanser?
Yeah.
Like how many times, like especially I had skincare brands that I'd worked with for years and it was like one post a month every month, you know, and I love the products, but I'm like, I feel like I'm repeating myself every month.
So now that you've kind of stepped away from sponsored posts, do you feel like beauty is more fun for you, more natural? Do you feel like you still share product recommendations and
I
stuff?
definitely do. Like obviously I stopped making YouTube videos years ago now because I started my business and that eventually took over.
So much work. YouTube's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah.
And YouTube, obviously, I don't think it's as popular anymore compared to TikTok and Insta. I guess I just organically post my Instagram stories most days of my life now.
Yeah.
And it has been really good to kind of step away from doing anything sponsored. And now anytime I'm talking about something on my stories, if I'm like trying a new moisturizer or whatever, I'm just organically sharing it or like being... like, I found this, like, it's great. So it's definitely good. And it's a privilege for me to be able to still have a platform, but have a business that pays me, you know, a weekly wage, get a pay slip and all that.
Yeah.
But then I can still, like, have a platform to talk about things.
Yeah.
I think, if anything, I probably don't promote things organically as much as I could.
Oh, that's okay.
But you just get busy. I'm like, I don't have time to be recommending everything to everyone.
Yeah, you're running a business.
Yeah.
Come on. It's fine.
But a little birdie told us that you once owned a makeup and tanning business.
Yes.
So obviously maybe you didn't just have one business that worked from the get-go.
No.
What's your story with your businesses and how did you move and find the right one?
Yeah, great question. My thing was I was always trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do.
Yeah. Cool.
I had no idea what it was, but I wanted to do it. So I did like Macca's, Subway, Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins.
Then I went into waitressing. So then I worked in various different restaurants, bars, got my RSA, worked in bars. Then I did retail. I worked at Maya. I worked in a men's suit store. Then I did sales. Then I ended up in school camp instructing sport to kids.
Well, that's really cute.
Yeah,
So random.
and then I went into the 9-to-5 life, and I was like, yes, maybe this is what I want. You know, like 9 to 5, I've made it.
Yeah.
You know, $500 a week take home, perfect. And then I worked various like office roles, PA, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, I was making those videos for fun. And then I didn't realize it at the time, but I was also trying businesses.
Right.
But I didn't realize because I just hobbies.
Yeah.
So then I started so I would have been 17. I called it Beauty and Tans by Brittney.
This is so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
again, like this was when Facebook was really like the only thing.
Yeah.
So I started a Facebook page called Beauty and Tans by Brittney. And I had maybe like 300 friends on Facebook at the time in Newcastle. I was like, perfect. That's 300 people I can advertise to.
Yeah.
So I made up some really bad graphics in like Microsoft Paint.
Yep. Paint. I was like,
love
what
that.
was there before Canva? Paint.
With like a Fiji stock image. And it was like $15 spray tans, Beauty and Tans by Brittney. I've still got the screenshot somewhere. I can show you.
Oh, please, let's get them up.
And then, you know, posting that to my Facebook. Hey, everyone, I'm doing $15 spray tans. Like, I was absolutely ripping myf off.
Yeah, you really were. Undervalued.
Yeah. But this is, you know, well over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I set up a little room. I was living in a rental at the time, and it had like a little brick room underneath the house. So I set up a little tent and like got all the supplies, and I had this little spray tanning business. And then I was half decent at makeup, so I would do people's makeup for formals and whatever. $40 full face.
Really? Full
$40
face.
and lashes
That's
included.
a steal.
Whoa! Let me tell you,
They
I was
must
the
have loved
cheapest makeup artist going
They
around.
must have loved that.
Did you even make a profit?
No.
She was having fun. All right, let's head into the rapid fire
Yeah, I'm
round.
excited. I'm excited to hear what you do like to still use in terms of beauty.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think this is fun. Just off the top of your head,
Yeah.
the first thing that comes to your mind, and if you could only pick one product from each category for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay, foundation.
Ooh. Okay, I feel like I'm the worst person to ask these questions to because I feel like there's just so many great products out
And you're
there.
like, help me.
Yeah, there's so many great products out there that all kind of do a similar job, but I'll go based off what
you
I'm
use.
using
Yeah,
at the
what you
moment.
like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So at the moment for foundation, and I'm probably not going to know the actual names,
fine.
but the Maybelline skin tint thing.
I love that. That's
It's
my
one
one
of
too.
our favorites.
Yeah, just a
Which
little
is the
drop
Superstay
thing.
skin tint.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm using at the moment. I just picked it up when I was in Chemist Warehouse one day. I was like, oh, what's that? Love it.
It's
Yeah.
so
Great.
good.
Agreed.
We are obsessed with that product as well. Okay, concealer.
I'm not really much of a concealer girly.
Okay,
blessed.
cool. See, that's different to us because, you know, we've got the under eye situation going on.
Yeah, I mean, concealers that I have at the moment, like I've got the Tarte Shape Tape, but
Oh,
it's
sure.
probably like 2 years expired.
It's also just really thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like there's great Maybelline ones or there's great, like I feel like all concealers are quite good. So I don't really have a favourite. Sorry.
Yeah, that's so fair. Okay, blush.
Blush?
Are you a blush girly? Have you had
A
blush
little bit.
blindness?
No, I haven't. I've been seeing that whole like blindness trend. I'm like, oh no, what am I blind about? Blushes, I quite like the Rare Beauty liquid ones. You know, the ones that you just need like one little dot
dot,
and it goes forever.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say, yeah, the cream Rare Beauty ones.
Yeah, they're really pretty. Mascara. This is a staple.
Oh, okay. So I feel like, again, I'm the worst person to answer this because you probably can't see my eyelashes because they're that short. I always say you can't have everything in life.
Yep, that's
I
fine.
can't be funny, talented, smart,
And
and
have
have long eyelashes.
And you know what? Eyelashes
So,
is fine to go because the
I have
rest are so
fallen
much
short
better.
with the eyelash, but I make up for it because I've got everything else going for
There
me.
you go. Yeah, of
course.
But I'm just using at the moment Maybelline Sky High.
Yeah,
See,
I think that's a
same.
perfect
Yeah.
one.
I
use.
use Sky High. Love
I've got
Sky
the
High.
waterproof and the normal, but my lashes are stubs. And if I have no mascara on, they are transparent.
Are they blonde?
Yeah, see-through. Yeah.
Well, I can actually see them from here, so the mascara's doing a good job.
Yeah, it does them justice,
Yeah.
I will say.
Go Maybelline.
Okay, lipstick.
Or like lip balm
Or
lipstick.
Okay,
a lip product.
I love the Mecca Max lip liners.
Me too. It's so
I
good.
don't know how much they are, $20.
I think they're a little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
nice.
I've got like 5 different colours of those. And I just love them. Like, I don't really do a full lipstick these days. I feel like back in the day we all did have like a full solid.
Exactly, matte.
A full solid colour. But now I just like to go around my lips a little bit and then just add a little bit of gloss.
A little bit of gloss.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Which gloss do you use?
That
Got
is secret.
heaps.
Just whatever you found. Like,
Yeah, I've got like
lying around.
Lano Lips ones,
Yeah.
a random MCO one. I've just got random ones that laying around, so
Yeah.
whatever's available.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I love that you kind of just use what you use.
Yeah, I like the Fenty ones. Like
Yeah,
everyone
lots
loves
of
those
good,
glosses.
yeah. Love a
But
good gloss
again,
bomb.
just whatever's nearby.
Great.
Yeah.
Reach out, find one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say your beauty kit's like pretty small?
So small.
Did you used to have like the IKEA drawers
Oh,
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
stacks of makeup?
I hoarded makeup and
Yep.
obviously coming from an influencer background was on every PR list and would be getting 6 parcels a day.
It's insane.
It's excessive.
It's excessive. I've been like, we asked to be taken off PR list.
Oh, yeah,
The
I did the
packaging
same.
is excessive, and you're like, where's all the waste coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, our bin fills up
Influencers.
so quick. Yeah. Well, they send a box this big and then it's like the lipstick's that
yes.
small.
Yeah,
I just
I
cannot
went
understand.
through
Shocks
that.
me every time, to be honest.
My mum's like, are you serious? Like, is that all you got from this box? And then you have
Yeah.
to stomp in the bin to get
I
it.
used to have a huge makeup collection. You know, we would do makeup collection tour videos back
You
in the
would.
day on YouTube and show the 16
watched
blushes
one drawer
and
at a time.
32 lipsticks. Like, and there's just no need. So again, like years ago when I was kind of feeling like I was at my end of my influencer days, I took myself off every PR list. Now I don't accept anything for free.
Yeah.
And like if a business reaches out to me and says, we want to give you this, I'm like, no, I will buy it because I would rather support your business and I know how much it costs to send products out to people.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because again, being then on the business side has taught me a lot.
Yeah, of
and
course.
like getting all these gifts, like I just started feeling guilty. So yeah, my makeup collection at the moment is literally like one foundation, one mascara,
Yeah.
like just what I need.
That's great.
Odd question.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a foundation right now? Your skin is flawless.
Yeah, I got the Maybelline one on.
Yeah, it looks
The
really
colour is
good.
so perfect.
Yeah.
It's the lightest one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you ever struggle with colours for makeup?
Not personally, no. I used to be addicted to fake tan.
Aha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like severely.
Yeah. Like, but
Every
would you do it up to the
Thursday.
neck and then
Spray
leave
tan
the
business.
lines?
No, I would always do my face.
You would do your face, yeah.
But I feel like, again, I didn't get good lashes, but I have been blessed with good skin.
Uh-huh.
So I always could put it on my face and
And
it would
be
never
fine.
affect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was, again, addicted to fake tan for over 10 years. Every Thursday night, scrubbing that shit off, redoing it, getting my partner to do my back.
Yep.
And it never looked good. Like looking back, but I thought it looked good.
Fake
It was
tan
okay. I had
blindness.
fake tan blindness.
Fake
That's
tan
what I had.
blindness.
And then
So many girls
last
still have
year,
it.
I think it was last year. One day I was like, I'm fucking sick of doing
I'm
this.
quitting.
I'm sick, and
Yeah.
I quit cold turkey.
I love
So
that.
like now I have no fake tan, and I've just really embraced the paste.
It just it suits you though.
Yeah.
Like,
you so well.
And then, you know, if I've got, you know, a wedding or something, I might just do one of the tans that's like the light version, just so a little glow.
Yeah.
Whereas back then I'm like, yep, give me the ultra bronze 3 layers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I'd have orange hands. Like it was,
No.
I had fake tan blindness, but I gave that shit up and I've saved so much time.
I love
and
that.
money, I'm sure.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's, I get a little bit of the ick, guys. Sorry, but when you've got the fake tan in the fingers and
Oh,
then the
yeah.
other side's like white as
Oh.
snow. Oh, it actually
That
feels
was me, like crusty
Yeah.
orange hands.
and it seeps into all the wrinkles,
Oh,
like the
and
knuckles
I
when they're
thought-
orange.
I
Oh my
thought that
goodness.
looked better than being pale.
No, this suits
That's,
you well.
that's a sad narrative as well. I feel like it's just one of those events that like a lot of young girls go through.
is
and
Is
then
it like a
eventually
canon
they-
event? Like
Yeah,
you,
that's
can,
what
you
I-
can't interrupt the
can't
canon
interrupt.
event. Let her go through that. And now I look back because even like I do like e-com modeling for our website every now and then. Sometimes I'm like on the old pages
You're
of
like,
our
oh my
website. I'm like, yuck. Like,
Yeah.
no, don't.
So
Let's
do
take
you,
some new
do you feel
images.
comfortable in your skin, like as you are now, in terms of beauty and procedures and everything? Like, do you
Yeah.
feel? Oh, I love that.
I'm just all about the natural vibes.
Love,
and
we
then do,
love
do
that
a
on
little
Skin
light
Influence.
tan if I want to, but
Yeah.
I'm never going back to the orange.
yeah, that's great. Just enhancing what you got.
Yeah.
I love that.
Amazing. Oh, this has been so fun. Thank you so much for everything. Like, you have
Oh,
so
thanks
much
for having
great
me.
knowledge to
I
share.
could sit here all day.
Yeah, literally.
What do you want to talk about next? Yeah.
chat
Let's just keep it
forever.
going. 2-hour episode.
Well, if you could sum up kind of like your experience with coming to terms with loving your own skin, what would it be?
Less
a takeaway.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Yeah. Especially because we grew up in that 27 beauty guru era of like thick blocked out brows and full coverage and carving out your cheeks and everything. For a long time there, I felt like I had to have a full face of makeup and be fully glam and lashes like every day to look my best.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, I've definitely just learnt that less is more.
Yeah.
Like embracing my natural skin tone, subtle makeup, like
I
that's
love
just
that.
what I'm all about. And I feel like that's the way that we're really kind of going, and
Yeah.
I'm all for that trend of like just less is more.
That's a great take home. Less is more, guys. Britt, where can we find you on socials and your business and everything?
Just search my name, Brittney Saunders, or Fate, F-A-Y-T, the label.
Amazing.
And Britt actually has her own podcast with Nova as well
Yeah.
called Big Business.
Yes.
And she's also got one with
High Scrollers.
High Scrollers.
Yeah,
I
High
love that.
Scrollers.
Yeah, so if you want to hear me being rogue, join High Scrollers. If you want to hear me being a bit more serious but still fun, listen to Big Business.
But still fun, of course, because you're funny, right?
Yeah.
Because it takes, you
know,
don't have the
it's a-
eyelashes, but you're funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today on Skinfluence.
If you are interested in anything mentioned in today's episode, there will be links available in the episode description on your podcast app.
And if you love what you hear, leave us a rating and a review.
And if you have a question you want us to cover on the pod, reach out via our socials. Mine is at Jessie Massoud.
Mine's at Jayme Jo. Or send us an email at skinfluence@novapodcast.com.au.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Britt.